Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars. Let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today, starting on this 1 hour time frame for Bitcoin. And then later on in this video, I'm going to zoom out a bit to the higher time frames. But starting off in the short term here today, earlier today, we actually saw a breakout here from this ascending triangle, which was also basically just this double bottom, this W pattern right here. So it broke out from about 90K and then perfectly hit this price target here at about 93.5K for the Bitcoin price. Potentially, we are about to invalidate this breakout here, which would be the case if we break down below 90K. Obviously, right here, we're getting a pretty sharp drop, but this pattern technically has not invalidated. So therefore, theoretically, it's still possible that we get another run up here to this price target from the ascending triangle, which would be sitting at about 94.5K. But of course, if this now invalidates trading below 90K, then we are basically just falling back inside this trading range here between 90K and $85,000. If we break down below 85K, then we are likely coming down to grab some liquidity there. And I mean, who knows how deep this pullback could potentially get. But for now, as I'm recording this, that is not even close to being the case because we haven't even seen this invalidation by the price confirming a candle close below 90K. So therefore, if something like that were to happen, then most likely I will be covering it in tomorrow's video. For now, though, this is technically speaking still looking bullish, although of course there's a clear point of invalidation, which isn't even that far from where we are currently trading. So of course, in the signals group, we looked at this ahead of time and we perfectly traded this breakout here. A lot of people profited from that long trade there. Me personally, it was about a 250% gain on that trade. So if you want to get access to my real-time analysis and my trading signals, you can do so completely for free. All you have to do is click the link in the video description to join my Discord community. And then once you're in here and verified, you go to this trading signals access channel and follow these 3 steps right here to get access completely for free. But anyways, besides that, let's zoom out a little bit, for example, to this 1 day time frame. Right here, you can see that we still have this CME gap here at about 77.2K for the Bitcoin price. And so far, since this CME gap, we have seen a 20% move to the upside. Now, you may remember when we actually created this CME gap, and we were trading somewhere right here. I was saying in my videos, like, be careful trying to short down to this CME gap because it doesn't necessarily have to get filled. And of course, since then, we've seen this big bump. So I'm very glad I was able to warn you guys about this. But the reason I'm still showing this is because, I mean, theoretically, if we now get that breakdown below 85K, I do think that this is back on the table in that case. Okay, so again, it's literally the same analysis. We don't have to come down to fill this CME gap, but breaking down below 85K would put that scenario back on the table. One thing that is potentially looking pretty bullish right now is this Fibonacci retracement here, because as I'm recording this video, we are trading above the 1.618 Fibonacci level, and this is another level to look towards for potential invalidation where, yeah, we are just coming back inside that range. But again, so long as we hold above this Fibonacci, if we hold above this Fibonacci level here and get at least a daily candle close above this, then it sets up a pretty beautiful situation here where we can just be bullish and see a break back down below this 1.618 as a short-term or potentially even long-term bearish signal. But that is, of course, but let me be clear, that is, of course, not financial advice. Either way, if I'm looking at further potential targets to the upside, we do have this 2.618 Fibonacci level sitting at 113,000. But I mean, look, guys, before we can start talking about that, even if technically speaking, it is not like impossible to reach that, at the very least, we need to first be talking about breaking the 100K level of resistance, because I'm expecting a lot of people to be selling at around 100K. 100K has been a level that people have talked about for many, many years inside the crypto space. So therefore, if we then finally end up reaching it, I am expecting there to be some kind of resistance at that level. So hopefully I explained the short term and a bit more of the long-term outlook here as well for Bitcoin. And I gave you a nice point of invalidation as well in the form of that 1.618 Fibonacci level. Either way, taking a look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, just now we actually took out a big level of liquidity here. About $130 million worth of long positions got liquidated here at about 90.7K for the Bitcoin price. It feels really insane to me saying that we liquidated long positions at 90.7K, while not that long ago we were talking about like the 50s and 60s. It has honestly been a pretty wild ride over the last couple of weeks. But anyway, right now most of the liquidity is actually sitting at 89.5K, with below that some more liquidity at 88.7K. And then most of the liquidity is right here at 86.1K for the Bitcoin price. Now, as I hopefully explained in the beginning of this video, I think it is a little bit early to be talking about 86K while we are still trading above 90K, because that is that short-term point of invalidation. And on the higher time frames, 89K is basically the point of invalidation where we could get some kind of wick down to this level, but on the daily time frame we have to hold that 89K level as a level of support. Otherwise, likely we are coming down to grab more liquidity to the downside. Lastly, taking a look at the Bitcoin ETF flow tables for today. Yesterday we saw a casual $820 million inflow into the Bitcoin ETFs, with about 800 million of that coming from the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. So BlackRock Bitcoin ETF investors are buying Bitcoin like crazy right now. And I mean, so long as this keeps happening every day, where we get hundreds of millions, sometimes even over $1 billion worth of net buying pressure from these Bitcoin ETFs every single trading day, then obviously this is going to have an upwards pressuring effect on the Bitcoin price. So this has been today's market update. Don't forget to come join the Road to 1 Million Discord community and get access to my real-time trading signals completely for free, simply by following these 3 steps right here once you are in here and verified. But regardless, if you do end up joining or not, thank you for watching once again, and I will see you tomorrow in the next one.